Welcome to my first ever game of Bastion. Well, actually it's not my first game, but it's my first episode of actual making YouTube stuff. Well, I've tried doing it already, so normal mode, continue. Welcome to Bastion.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls, years of work undone in an instant, in the calamity. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though. An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink. A school of squirts tunnels up around him. Must have fled here from the mines.
Salute.
He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him for his drinking did. Rondi always wanted his ashes scattered here. Then Kid finds his trusty shield. But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief. Clang! Shield saves his hide.
Oh god.
Windbags start turning up for last call.
God.
More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid.
Oh god. A lot of squirts.
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop. He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back.
Something stringy. This will be used for an upgrade for the breaker bow.
The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest men in the land. Right back at ya.
So with well-timed shields, you can deflect
Good news
projectiles
is the emergency
and
defenses
attack.
still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
Counter means you successfully countered the shot. unfortunately I'm not that good at countering.
Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. He's a mighty fast learner. He finds the distillery right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
So these are like passives in game in most RPG games. Squirt Cider plus 10 max health, Dead Rum plus 10% critical chance, but only when at full health, and Fetching Fizz, which absorbs stray fragments. I think we'll go with Squirt Cider for now, but you can change these whenever you want, as you can see. Over here is Arsenal.
The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Like the narrator said. You have the choice between the Breaker Bow, Fang Repeater, and the Kill Hammer. The Kill Hammer is a well-balanced melee weapon, and stationary attacks are more powerful. Fang Repeaters is a rapid-fire weapon, cannot move while firing, and reloads automatically once you run out of ammo. Breaker Bow is a ranged weapon. The attack depends on how much you draw the string back. There's also the critical chance when you release it at the right moment. And these are the skills: Dancing Shot, Whirlwind, or Bolt Blast Burst. I think I'll use Dancing Shot for now. Use tonics to do special skills, like I just got.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins. Bad time to run out of black tonic.
There's also apples on the ground. They can use these some health as well.
An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way.
Forgot about that guy.
Bastion's real close now.
Big guys.
Kid takes a chunk of alloy. The smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did.
Bouncing shot is really helpful when we're getting out of some sticky situations.
Rob's a scumbag of his last meal.
You may notice when the big guy hits the ground, it gets rid of the floor. You gotta be careful about that, especially.
Kid puts him out of his misery.
Level 2.
He finds the core to the wharf district.
The core.
He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling he better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. Kid just keeps running. somersaulting like crazy.
Gotta keep moving or else you'll fall down.
At last, the skyway's in sight. Whisks him where he needs to go. Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores.
The cores.
All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch. And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again, growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown.
So right here is the options.
Kid ponders what to build.
Right now we can build a distillery to get the spirits, or we can build an arsenal to change weapons. I think we'll build an arsenal first. And we also got a mirror shield available, which is a
Bastion's
skill.
a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to.
Mirror shield, secret technique that automatically counter blocks targets for a short time.
Ain't much kid can't handle with hammer and bow in hand. Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him.
So thank you for watching the first episode of my Bastion Let's Play. Hope to see you again.